this in the shout app for us, guys. And just so you know, before we start tonight, I want to give you guys the understanding is there's people that build through social media that are here tonight. All right. There's people that have zero interest in building on social media. So, and then there's people that, want to use technology and not use technology. Some people want to be in person and some people want to be online. So I'm going to have Sandy Toes, who's been our number one money earner and number one personal sales getter, builder for the last 3 months since we launched this builder bonus. She's going to go through some basic stuff on making sure where to plug in, what everything's used for. But I'm going to actually go through and show you guys where everything's at. Like we have a LinkedIn ATM page. I'm going to explain what ATM is for brand new people. We have a Facebook ATM group. We have rapid funnels for people that don't want to build per se using Facebook and LinkedIn and all the different stuff, right? And then we have people that don't want rapid funnels. They don't want social media. So we have the videos in another area being housed that you can share the videos out that way. So don't get overwhelmed. I'm going to hit all different angles from, land, from sea, from air, because there's a lot of different types of people on here tonight. And I just want to make sure that we cover everybody's basis. Does that make sense? So when I'm going through all this and you're drinking out of a fire hose and you're just going to capture a little bit, just know some of it may not pertain to you. But also, when you build a large business, not everybody's going to build the same way as you want to, right? You might want to build online. They might want to build offline. They may not want to use rapid funnels. You may want to use rapid funnels. So just I'm going to give you the whole buffet tonight. You might be vegan, you may be pescatarian, right? You don't need to, you might eat meat, carnivore. So just understand, I just want you guys to have that right mindset. We're going to train tonight in general. And then I'm going to talk about as if I was brand new today, which I am pretty much brand new today doing what I'm doing. I'm going to share it with you. And some of you have been on the calls like this morning that I did. You'll be on tomorrow and all the different things. Just know that we're going to give you guys the very basics, because a confused mind does what? Nothing. All right. So I'm going to keep it very basic, because our first goal with everybody, and then I'm going to pass it over to you, Sandy Toes, is to help everybody get to $500 a month in income. How many of you, with a nod, because some of you are driving, would like $500 a month at least, right? And then would you agree that some of you want to get to 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month or whatever the number is, right? However, we can't get, like, I have a guy, and I said this the other day, he'll reach out and, hey, I need to make 10 grand a month. I'm like, cool. When's the last time you've done that in anything in life? They're like, never. I'm like, okay, great. Let's get you to $500 a month first, and then we'll progress. Like, I'm not an over promise, under deliver mindset, right? So my goal is to get you to $500 a month, because then you know how to do it, and you can go help a handful of people do what you just did, and that'll get them to 500 a month, so you can get to 500 a week. Because how many of you would like to get to $500 a week, right? We all would, right? And then once you get to 500 a week, you can help the people that got to 500 a month get to 500 a week, because you know how to done it. And then you're going to be on your way to $500 a day, which anybody like $500 a day? All right. Because by the way, that's not a pipe dream. All right. That's a real number. You can all have that if you want, but we got to do it in phases. And I'll give you the numbers. All right. The numbers are simple. Get you to 500 a month first. Go help 5 people get to 500 a month, so you can get to 500 a week. And then go help about 25 people get to 500 a month, and then help maybe 10 people get to 500 a week, and you're going to be darn close to a 6-figure income with Levarti. All right. I'm just telling you, that's how it works. It's, you help people along the way, it's going to push you along the way. And so we're going to talk general tonight, help everybody out. I know we've been putting up new videos and new content, so I want you guys to know where everything is and how the system works. So let's give some drum rolls in the chat for my good friend Sandy Toe. She's going to get you started off, and then I'll come back on.
Okay. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat. It's kind of long, but there it is. So can I share my screen? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here is this little guide that I made for y'all. And it's just an onboarding guide. Okay. So what we're going to do, I don't want this. I don't think. Crap. Hold, please. We're going to do it another way. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first page is a regular, just an entry page. When we go to page 2, okay, so it says it's just a welcome. This is an onboarding system to kind of help you with your journey. Okay, just to kind of help you in the steps that you need to start with when you get started. Do is you want the person that you sign up with, they need to send you a picture. Okay. They need to send you a picture so you can do their welcome banner in where the Levarti group. Okay. The Levarti Nation group. I have the link right here for you. Okay. Then once in the group, please go to the guides because that's where we have our trainings. So that's where we have a lot of our videos. And so I literally tell you, if you have a cell phone, hit the 3 lines in the top right corner and you will see guides because it's not on a computer, it says guides. On a cell phone, it's hidden up in that little corner. So kind of just give you some notes on here on where to find things. The next thing you need to do is download the Shout app. Okay, that's where you're going to get all of your notifications. So make sure your notifications are on. And I have the link right here. Okay. Okay, the next thing that we want you to do is your back office. Okay, your back office is where you're going to find your affiliate link. So Dave Price and I did a very detailed, we're not going to play it right now, but it's right here, a very detailed video of the back office, where to find everything, where to find your affiliate link. If you have people on your team, find out what level they're at, how many points you have. Like we really went through it with a fine tooth comb. So if you have any questions about the back office, boom, this is a video that's going to answer your questions. Okay. But if it does not answer questions, make sure you ask us because we don't want you to be like out by yourself. Okay. We want you to ask us. We want you to have all the knowledge that you have. So when you're onboarding somebody, you're going to duplicate this. You're going to give them this guide and it's going to help them go through everything. Okay. So next thing is the Boards app. So that's the link right there for the Boards app. And then this is going to tell you what the Boards app has. The DMO tab, it stands for Daily Method of Operation. This holds you accountable in daily activities. Okay. We have scripts in the app. We have resources. We have events. We have videos. Okay. So I also did a video. It's right here on how to put your Boards app on your phone and how to use it on your phone so you're not lost and trying to put it on your, do the website and try to get everything on the boards so that you can send it out easy. So I did a quick video on how to put it on your phone. So that's the Boards app. Next app we have is Rapid Funnels. So set up your Rapid Funnels account and then download the app. It's very simple. Make sure that you use the code Levarti when you sign in because that's going to bring you to our Rapid Funnels. If you don't, you're going to be lost. I'm just letting you know, speaking from experience, okay? I went round and round with this app because I had not put Levarti in when I signed in. I could not find it. So I have the code right here for
Real
y'all
quick,
to
I
look
just want to
at.
jump in for 1 second, guys. For those of you that are brand new, or if you've been here for a while, when you onboard new people, I want you guys to explain what the boards app is, what rapid funnels is used for, like the benefits of each of those, what is shout used for. And just so for those of you guys that are new, because I know we got some new people on here real quickly, is if the shout app is a communication center or an app between corporate and you with updates, announcements, promotions that we can send announcements on. So keep your notifications on. We don't abuse them. Okay. We only send out important stuff. And the boards app has all of our scripts, have posting ideas, everything you need to know what to say to each person. It hotkeys it right into your phone. It's great. And the rapid funnels is a way for you to track all of your leads. When you pique somebody's interest, you ask if they're open, you put the lead into this. It's called a CRM, contact relationship management tool. Okay. You put the lead in there and then you can send them specific videos. And when they watch the videos, you can track it and you get follow-up notifications. All their training is in the app on how to use rapid funnels. There's even a tutorial in the boards app how to use boards app, and there's a tutorial on the that Shout provides on how and all the benefits and perks on Shout. So just know those are three different entities, and don't get overwhelmed. What Sandy Toes and I always do is have everybody download everything on their phone, create a Levarti folder, put everything in there, and play with this on your own terms and just get familiar with it, right? That's all you need to do so you know where everything's at. Now, I will today, when she's done going through the preliminary stuff, I'm going to share my phone and I'm going to show you what videos I'm using to send out based on different scenarios. So make sure you guys grab a pen, piece of paper, whatever you're doing to take notes, because we're going to lay out the system for you guys tonight. Okay. Sorry about that, Sandy.
Yeah, that's okay. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go back to the boards app, because there's so much information in that app. We have reels in there, and so I have about probably 150 reels that I'm gonna go in and add at some point. DJ, if you can help me, tell me how to add all that stuff in there. Um, but and they're just really good travel videos. Okay. So that's going to save you time on trying to go find good quality videos. There's also, like, we put events in there. There's everything you can imagine in that app. And the scripts are fabulous. So make sure that you utilize that app. Really, that's about it, DJ.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions before I continue on? Because I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you guys everything, where everything's at right now. I'm going to explain very on a high level what the ATM system is. John, I'm going to unmute you. Make sure the question is about what Sandy Toes already talked about. If it's about something different, I'm going to have you hold off in case we answer it, but I'm going to unmute you. You have to unmute yourself from your end.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So when I put in that link, I got like a slideshow view, not in Canva. And I just was wondering if there's something we have to do to
You have
like
to put it in slide. It's in Canva. You can look at it as a PDF or a slide presentation.
How do you switch it though? Because I couldn't, I
The
just couldn't
bottom,
figure
the
that out.
bottom right.
The bottom right. Okay, I have three dots, like like a paper clip, and then it says captions, enter full screen, or then go to Canva. And it was just I wasn't sure what to push.
Hold on, I'll drop a PDF file in there.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be
Put
helpful.
the
This is
PDF
just
link
hard.
in there instead of
Okay.
the presentation. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right. So you guys ready? Any other questions? Are we good? Thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, perfect. So what I'm going to do first, so let me explain what we've got here. So for those of you that are brand new, we use what's called an ATM system. ATM is an acronym for add tag message. You pique somebody's interest, you ask if they're open. Instead of you being the messenger or the message, excuse me, you're just the messenger. So what I always like to say, don't be a fool, use a tool, right? That's what we want. Because here at the end of the day, is Tina, I got a few of them today. Don't worry. is you want to, our whole goal at Levarti is to create the most simple, robust duplication system on the planet. What I've learned over 27 years of being in this profession is that most people, I'm not saying all, but most people aren't the greatest presenters. Would you guys agree with that statement? And it's just over time, because not everybody knows what to say, what the triggers are, hit their hot buttons. And I was always taught the person with the clicker, you know, the clicker when you're in front of a presentation gets paid quicker, right? Like when we were doing presentations back in the old days, I remember working with Tina in a different company when Nixon was in office. And at the end of the day, is it was a while, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a while ago. And my point is, if you think about companies, they used to go to hotel meetings, right? And they would have the best of the best in front of the room, and which was like 1 to 5 people, and they were rotating those people out, and they would do presentations. And what happened is nobody would ever grow and step up and be the next presenters. And then technology kept evolving. And so what we've done is we've created videos that explain every aspect of this business. One, so that way you don't get, a lot of people won't show the opportunity to people because they think they have to be the message and the messenger and try to present, try to cast vision, try to close and do all these things, right? So we created tools where you could just pique somebody's interest, ask if they're open, and say, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you into this private Facebook community. And once you accept the invite, I'll tag you in the video. By the way, and I train while I'm actually recruiting. By the way, if you decide to make money with me, you're going to be doing the exact same process. So I want you to go through the exact same process other people go, so you can see how simple our system is. Does that make sense? So ATM is add tag message, add people to a private group, tag them in the info you want them to see based upon what you led with. And then the M, by the way, the M, the message part, is the most important part. I call it money. That's where the money is made. This is where 99% of the people unfortunately fail in our industry, is because they forget the M in the ATM system. The M is put people in a 3-way chat with your leader. Now, it doesn't mean put DJ in every chat. I'm, running a company, I'm building my sales teams. So you want to leverage each other. Now, it's okay to put me in some chats. Don't get me wrong, I'm in chats, but you want to put like 3 or 4 people in Levarti in a chat so they can hear, so your prospect can hear other stories and testimonials and success stories of what's going on. Does that make sense to everybody? So if you're doing the AT part, you're forgetting the money part, which is the message part. Very, very, very important, because there's a saying in our business, a prophet is not welcome in their hometown. People know you on a personal level. They may like you, they may trust you, but they may not respect you when it comes to business. But they do know that you're connected to some pretty well-off financial people and business savvy individuals. Does that make sense to everybody? So I just want you guys to know what ATM stands for. Now I'm going to share my screen and show you guys a couple of things. Okay. All right. So let's go to Facebook. You guys can probably see my screen here. Let me just go to the Dash Life. So if you're not in the Dash Life, make sure you get in there. We can put the link in the chat. If you're not, just put me in, and Sandy Toes will get you guys in there. But I want you to understand, this is our public page. This is where all of our potential prospects come. I call it a holding tank, where people can come be a fly on the wall. The reason why this works so well, how many of you guys remember building in the old days where you did one-on-ones, two-on-ones, home meetings, hotel meetings, and you got questions that people would say, I got to think about it. I got to talk to my spouse. I don't have the money. I got to pray about it. Those are pretty much the most common ones, right? And they would go home, or they'll think about it. They'd go home and they wouldn't even think about it. By the time they got in the car, their phone rang, that emergency at home, they got a flat tire, they had to go pick up the dry clean, they had to stop at the grocery store, all these different things happen. And guess what? Your opportunity that's so amazing that you pitched them and they had to go think about it, they're not thinking about it anymore because they just got distracted. So the value of this group is everybody's in this holding tank. And when you tag them in a video and 500 other people in the next couple weeks get tagged in that video, guess what? They get 500 notifications that other people are tagged in that video, and they can see the company growing with or without them. There's a power in a perception. There's a power when a fear loss that kicks in and sees activity. Do you guys understand? How many of you have commented on somebody's post, and every time somebody else comments on it, it's in your notifications? You, ding, ding, ding. You guys getting that? That's a big deal with the ATM system. So that's why you want to tag them in. Now, some of you guys use rapid funnels, which is great. I do too. And I'll send them the link because then I know when they watched it, which I'll talk about. My system is simple. I bring them into my rapid funnels app, which I'll bring up my phone in a minute. I send them, I add them to my rapid funnels. I send a link, but I let them know, hey, I'm going to put you in our private Facebook community so you can be a fly on the wall. I'll tag you in the welcome video. The welcome video will explain everything, but just kind of keep an eye in there, what's going on. And I'm very low key, guys. I'm not a high pressure closing Tommy Hopkins. Woo, I don't do that. Okay. I'm very casual when I do my business. And I expect you to do the same thing. All right. So, but I want you guys to know where everything is at. So whenever I sign up a brand new person, the featured video after they accept the invite, I hit comment, I hit the @ symbol, and I put their name in there. And then I just say, hey, watch the welcome video here. This explains where everything's at in the entire page. It does the walkthrough. Now, could I do the walkthrough? Yes, but that defeats the purpose of duplication because they think they have to do all that too. Where this video, if literally explains everything, and when you click on it, look at it has all this information on what to do first and where it is. It tells you, take a look at the following based upon your level of interest. And then I got under 5 minutes, I'm explaining it. So I'll tag somebody in here by doing the @ sign. And then I'll just do Tina because I see her on my screen. And I'll say, I'll just say, watch this welcome. And I'm typing fast here. Video as it explains where everything is at in the group. Chat soon, right? And that's all I say. All right, something like that, and then they're going to get a notification. But guess what? Everybody else, the 162 other people that were tagged in the welcome video, get a notification. So if they haven't made a decision yet, and they might have lost their job, their career, whatever, guess what? They're going to get another notification about Levarti. How many of you realize no's not forever? Some people need to see things 8 to 12, 20 times because we have such a attention span of an ant these days. And so it takes time, it takes repetition. And that's why you want to make sure you use this group in the best possible way that you can. Now, a couple things I want to point out. When you go to guides, guide 1, just so you know, is all about the product. We don't talk about money at all. So if you're just going after customers, you got videos in here. And let me just explain the order so you know. And I've kept some of the videos in here. We're going to condense them. But this is a 1.5 minute little sizzle video. So if you're talking to a 23 or 4-year-old, guess what? Less time is more valuable to them. All right. If you're talking to somebody over 50, they want more detailed information than somebody at 24. Know your audience. This is a 3.5 minute video, sizzle video. Turn your bucket list into your live it list. Write this one down. This is 6.5 minutes. It's the most newest video I've shared with you guys. I am leading with this video 100%. Like, this is the gateway to my organic funnel. So when I pique somebody's interest, ask if they're open, I bring them in my Rapid Funnels app. I send them this video. This is the video I send, because afterwards I'll follow up within 2 days. And I always say, hey, Tina, I know I sent you some information added to our private community. I'm excited to hear what resonated with you the most. And if they say, I want to know how I can make money, this is awesome. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find the compensation plan video and tag them in the money video. If they go, I want to know more about, I want to know more about the travel agent program, I'm going to tag them in the travel agent program. If they say, I want to know more about the Passport Lite product, I want to see a demo on the Passport and Passport Lite, I'm going to go tag them in the demo product right here. I'm sorry, right here. If they say, hey, I want to know more about those getaways, I want to look at the terms and conditions, I want to see where these destinations are, guess what? We got a demo video in here, right here for that. If someone wants to know more about the travel agent, that's right here. Here's 10-minute only passport only product. But then here's the one presentation I did last night where I'm leading with the 4-minute up video, right? It's 18 minutes long, this Levarti land and sea getaway. So literally, I am leading with, again, turn your bucket list into your live it list. And then if they say, I want to know more about the big picture, I'm going to just tag them in the Levarti land and sea getaway. I'm going to get them emotionally. And then guess what? I'm going to get on the phone with them. If they want to know how to get paid, I'm going to go to guide number 2, and I'm just going to tag them into comp plan video. That's it. If they want to know about, they want to see a demo on the product, I've done a demo. I've done lots of demos, so I know where everything's at. So just use my demo video. Do you guys get where I'm going with this? So you want to know what video does what? So I would go through all these on your own and take notes on what videos labeled what, so you know. And then further down, if someone wants to know more about the foundation, right here is where it's at. Okay. Real quick, I'm a little anal. We had to change the name for legal purposes. Give me 1 second. I don't know where it went now. There it is. We had to take Levarti out of it for legal purposes. And so now it's just called the Live It Foundation, for those of you that don't know. All right. So anyways, so if they want to know, if I got a yellow personality and they're all about giving back, guess where I'm taking them? The guide number 3, okay? Guide number 4, look on my left side, are all these curated trips that we talk about, so they can get inspired and dream. So if you have a blue personality, somebody likes to have fun and travel, enjoy life, when I do my follow-ups, I tag them in those videos along with sending them a message. You can do that. And then, of course, different testimonials, F&Q, and in different languages, okay? So just know this is your this is your office. This is your presentation. Know your tools, know your systems. One other thing I will point out for those of you that are on LinkedIn, we created an ATM page for LinkedIn the other day. And it's a little bit different because we don't have guides over there. So what we did is we created a welcome post with a pinned post. We just have the banner. And then guess what? We have all the instructions, but then I've updated all the videos. This one here is this is the 6-minute one, 6.5-minute one. Turn your bucket list into your live it list. This is the full presentation with the land and sea getaway I did last night. This is the product demo of the booking engine. This is a demo of the 3,000 locations for the giveaway. And if they want to make money, this is the video. It's all in one spot. Do you guys like that? Very simple. Don't overthink. And then you invite them into the page. We approve them. And then what you do is you tag them in the video. Look at, I've tagged some people. Hey, so glad you're here. Please read through the post and watch the videos. Let me know if you have any questions. Boom. And guess what? Every time we tag people, all these people will get notifications. So again, they're going to get dripped on, dripped on, dripped on. You guys tracking? Makes sense? So I'm just showing you where everything's at. Go ahead, Sandy, you got something?
And so think about it. If they're in this line of watching this video and people keep getting tagged in it, they're going to get FOMO. They're going to be like, wait, hold on. All these people are looking at this. Maybe I need to look at this a little bit more, which I think is a brilliant underlying asset that we have. That's all.
Absolutely. All right. So guys, for those of you that are new, I am in the Rapid Funnels app. It says Rapid Funnels on the top right there. And this is free. We paid money up front to create this system for you. Now, there is an upgrade option if you want to pay, I think it's like $25 a month or something, where you can have more benefits, more features and things like that. Not necessary, not mandatory, but optional. Okay. But what I want to really do, and by the way, if you go at the very bottom of this where it says coaching in the blue, do you guys see where it says coaching? I'm not going to train on this tonight because I want you to know that we have a tool for that, because I don't want you to have to train on it. But guess what? Do you see at the very bottom where it says Levarti app training way at the bottom? When you click on that, all these trainings pop up on how to use this app from start to finish. So you don't have to train people on this. You want to know where everything's. That's why I suggest you go through the ATM pages. You watch all the videos. You go through your rapid funnels. You watch all the videos so you know where everything's at. You know how to use it so you can point people to the information. Your job is not to be the information. Your job is to point people to the information. So when I say, hey, John, that's a great question, I'm going to tag you in a video that explains that. So that way, when you build a massive team and you get this question, you're good, you know where to tag them in as well. Do you see how I just trained at the same time? So I didn't give them the information. Now, could I answer pretty much every damn question in this company? Yeah, because we created it. I know where everything's at. All right, almost every, except on the corporate side. All right, because that's what we created. All right. So all I do is I'm a pointer and you're the clicker. Does that make sense? And so I just want you guys to know before I go through this, because I'm not going to train on this, but I am going to point out how many of you guys at the bottom see where it says resources. You guys see where it says resources? I just want to show you where the resources are. And then I'm going to train you on exactly what to say when you're brand new to go get yourself to $500 a month. Okay. Well, then we'll wrap it up. So understand something. You can, and by the way, you can set up your business card in here, a digital business card. It's awesome. All right. You can see there's a QR code. If you want to scan it, you probably can. And that gives you all my contact information. All right. All right. So just understand how that works. Now, under the product, if you're leading with the product where you're piquing somebody's interest, oh, wait, if you're piquing somebody's interest, you're asking if they're open. This is where you go. Is that slow enough, Sandy Toes? I get excited, so I just want to make sure. All right. So under product, here's what you do. You hit the plus sign. And this is all in order of sequence, by the way. When you go under pique their interest, you're piquing their interest. So the first step is to, engage, right? We talk about, and we give you all the different things to engage. Like I wish people happy birthday. If hey, I just saw you on my feed, thought I'd reach out and say hi, what's new? These are all conversation starters. Number one is conversation starters, okay? Then number two, when I wish people happy birthday, they say, oh, thank you, appreciate it. And what happens is my transition messages, I say, absolutely. And you can see the preview if you want. I'll say, I hope you have a great birthday. They say, thank you. I'll say, absolutely. If there's anything I can do to make this year better than last by opening up my community, help you get connected with like-minded people, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day. All right. And whatever it is, maybe that's not your language, just be you. Remember, human first, marketer second. And so that's the step two is the transitional message. Then I put them on my follow-up. And then it's the ask, which is asking if they're open. I'm not going to click on these because, again, you can go through that. What I want to get to is step number 4. Here's where we house all of the content, which is the videos that I showed you that were in the ATM page. So remember at the beginning, I said some people want to use Rapid Funnels, some people don't. Some people want to use Facebook, ATM, or LinkedIn. Some people don't. And then I'll show you the last part for people that don't want to use any systems and tools. They just want to have direct links to the video and do their own thing. I'll show you where those are housed in a minute, okay? And I'm sharing this with you for those of you that have been around for a while, so you know what to show everybody. And obviously, if you're brand new, you're drinking out of a fire hose right now too, all right? So the first video in here is learn about the Levarti disruption. Now, if you want to know what these are before you send them, you just hit play. And it brings it to a web link and you can see it. This is the 1.5 minute video. Very simple. It's in the same order, by the way. This is very clever. Same order as in the ATM page. I know, pretty original. They watch the 1.5 minute video, and what's cool is they can fill this information out, or they can go to my thing here, want to talk to me, they can request a meeting. It's got all my contact info, social media. It's your business card. How professional is this, by the way? Pretty cool, right? The second one down is the 3.5 minute video passport to savings. Okay, again, you can see that there. And then there's a survey. Turn your bucket list into your live it list. This is the one that I'm using 100% of the time. It's 6.5 minutes. It's the newest one we have. So that's the one, or 6 minutes and 50 seconds. I apologize. But that's the one right there. All right. This is the first one. This is the gateway to see what we're doing, by the way. All right. And then there's, if you want to send them a 10-minute video presentation on what our products is, that's below it. And then there's a survey. I love having people fill out a survey because it's all qualifying questions. I just gave somebody a tip. Remind me about this tip at the end. I'll share it with you. But this is a survey, so I can, how often do you travel? How much do you spend when you travel? These are all buying questions, qualifying questions. Would you like to save on travel? Would you like to earn money when you travel? So I know when I follow up with people, I have information. How many of you guys like this? This is a great closing tool, by the way. All right, so that's if you're leading with the product. Now, if somebody says, I want to know more, then you can go to presentation instead of piquing interest. Okay. And in the presentation, guess what? The video I did last night, the new 18-minute leading with the, the getaway, that's in there already. Okay, we put that in there this morning. Okay, it's all done. So do you notice this? Then this is the second video that I'll show. And then once I get on the phone with them and I qualify them, if they're interested in, you're gonna love this. If they want to know more, like, hey, I want to know more about these 3,000 locations. Do you guys see where it says follow up? Check this out. I'm not going to click on them, but look at Levarti Getaway Vacation Demo. That's the demo that I just showed you that was in the ATM page. And the Passport and Passport Lite product demo. That's, I think, 15 minutes long. I go through the whole booking engine so they can see the whole value. So now it's not just in the ATM page, it's in here. So in my follow-ups, I can say, hey, I wanted to send you a video that shows all the different locations around the world that you can travel to at the end of your 12 months with your $1,500 travel credit. How cool. You guys like that? Is that pretty good? Okay. Or if, hey, I thought of you today, I thought I'd send you a demo of the booking engine so you can see the value on how much money you can save versus spending because of the savings that you can have with the booking or with the demo. All right. And then if somebody wants to enroll, you hit enroll, you send them your enrollment link. They can go right to your enrollment link. Okay, it goes right to my page. You guys see that? DJ Barton at the top. Bada bang, bada boom. All right. So we've really dialed in the systems. And then last but not least, if you're leading with the opportunity, you just click opportunity. And again, under peaking, go to, you guys know the stuff, but step 4, here's the 3.5-minute video. And then the survey, and then the 6.5-minute newest video. Again, I'm leading with the 6.5. And then obviously we got the presentation if you're leading with the travel agency or just not the non-travel agency. Okay. Which should be the updated video. Nope. So that's the one that shows everything. All right. So that's the opportunity. Okay. So again, you've got the entire flow of what I call the organic funnel. So my suggestion to you is go play around with this. If you got a spouse, put their name in them in here as a lead and send them stuff so you can see what's going on. If you don't have a spouse, hey, there's apps for that too. All right. So let me show you what else I got. All right. So let me go to one last screen. Some of you got it. Some of you get it on your way home or after I hang up. All right. But now the last thing I want to show you, which again, don't get overwhelmed. For those of you that don't want to be on Facebook, don't want to be on social media, don't want to be on LinkedIn, don't want to use the Rapid Funnels app, I'm talking to you right now, okay? And just, again, if you've been around for a while, you want to build a big team, you need to know this. But this is our Levarti's Leaders Lounge, okay? I save this link in my favorites. I'll put in the chat for all of you. If you want to download it, feel free, okay? But this is our Leaders Lounge. It's kind of like our go-to. I have a quick little welcome video up here. Step 1, download the Levarti marketing app, right? Step 2, join Levarti Nation, which, by the way, Levarti Nation is only for paid affiliates. That's it. Launch your business. The Shout communication you can download here. Here's the schedule of all of our calls and DMOs and standard meetings. Here is the turn your bucket. So this is the 6.5-minute video. All right, so you can hit share and you can copy and paste and send this link. So if people don't want to be social media and Rapid Funnels, okay? This is the presentation. So this is exactly the organic funnel. 6.5-minute peaking video, 18-minute presentation I did last night. Hold on one second. Full presentation with comp plan only. Back office that she did, Sandy Toes did with Dave Price. Download the Boards app, all of our extra resources, Q&A. You want the printout of the getaways with the 3,000 locations, it's right there. If you want training on how to build a global business from your smartphone, every aspect, you hit training library. I'm not going to do it for time's sake. You want the slide deck that we're using for the presentation, it's right there. You want to get connected to all of our social medias right there. All of our support channels are here, and here's a video on the foundation. Like literally, you could build a dynasty just off the information and stuff on that link. So before I go into the next step, Sandy Toes, do you have a question? Did I talk too fast? Am I good?
You did, but you're good.
All
So
right.
go back to because in the 4 steps that he just went through in the shout out, there's also a PDF, right? In that I did a PDF for that.
Are you talking in the shout app that I was just on?
Yeah, like in the Levarti Lounge in those 4 steps. So is that no? Am I crazy?
Well, the jury's still out, but let me look. This is just the launch. That's the
Here,
launch.
yeah. So for the launch, okay. So DJ, we transcribed the whole script. So there's a PDF on each step that you can read through everything that he's saying. Okay.
So for those people, how many of you here when I'm training, I say things and you're like, dang, I wish I could have wrote that down. Well, Sandy Toes was kind enough to listen to all these videos, probably a little bit slower than on slow mode, and write out every script that I did. That I taught, like literally, how to talk to your VIPs, how to expand your network, how to do a business celebration. It's all, you can watch the video and she put it all in PDFs on the side here. How nice was that? Okay. So everything's there for you. Like we've got the systems, guys. We've dialed it in. Like there's absolutely nobody could come in here and say there's not enough support, there's not enough training. I don't know what's going on. It's it's because most people aren't plugging in, right? That's just the truth of the matter. So it's amazing. So any questions on this part before I go to like an actionable item? Any questions? No? Okay, cool. Appreciate that. All right. So when I launch a brand new person, I show them where everything's at, because if you pique somebody's interest and they're like, yeah, show it to me. And they're like, I don't know. They didn't tell me where to show anybody that. So that's why we went through all of that tonight. Okay. Now, the very first thing you want to do when you're brand new, truthfully, is you want to put a list of the top 10, 15, 20 people together that you want to travel with, you want to have fun with, you want to make money with. You don't want to, the number one killer in this business is prejudging what the person that you're thinking about will say about the opportunity. Like you might, if you go, well, this person makes too money, or this person's broke, or this person's rich, this person's lazy, this person's negative, this person's positive. If you start prejudging, you're never going to win in this business. That's the number one thing I teach people, is the people you think will do this a lot of times won't. Now, the ones you think never thought would do this, a lot of times will. God's got a sense of humor. Okay. So that's why you have to ask everybody. Your job is not to play God. Your job is to pique their interest, ask if they're open. If they're open, show them, use a tool. Don't be a fool. Get ATM, get them in a group chat, let a leader help you close. Simple as that. Simple as that. The strategy that I use is reach out to 10 people a day. You know how I do that? And here's the deal. How many of you realize that your network does not know what you're doing unless you tell them? The other thing you need to know is that if they're not signing up in your business, they're signing up in somebody else's, because people are looking for opportunity right now more than ever. This is the greatest time to be a part of a company like ours. I'm just telling you flat out. So when I literally, and I've been literally sharing this example for days, because my calendar is absolutely full with a bunch of people right now that I'm just personally reaching out to, having them book meetings with me, and kind of mapping out a game plan. You know what my game plan is reach out, start in your phone, start at A and go to Z, and reconnect with people. Be a human, not a marketer, and inform people, make them aware what you're doing, let them know the type of referrals you're looking for. And I'm going to give you this verbiage, by the way, side note, off the record, tomorrow's DMO. If you can't get on it, watch the recording. If you weren't on today's, watch the recording, because it tees up for tomorrow. You can thank Shannon for tomorrow's training. All right. And I'm glad we're doing it. All right. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I am going to role play on how I talk to business owners for employee benefits. I'm going to role play on how I talk to the nonprofit stuff you guys hear me talking about, the foundations, fundraisers. I'm going to role play on how I talk to everybody else. And I am going to show you guys how I do that group thing that I shared with you today. All right. So those are the things for tomorrow. Back on track though. We can edit that part out. All right. But here's what I do. Real simple. I don't overthink. Like, here's what you got to understand. You have to be yourself. They're your friends. They're your connections. They're your family. There's people that actually like you. All right. We hope, right? All right. So the first person in my phone, Aaron Christopher. I use this as an example all the time. By the way, one side note, you want to be Jedi? You want to, every time I put a phone number in my phone, I put obviously their name, their phone number, their email, but I also write notes about the conversation. How did I meet them? What's their hot buttons? What's going on in their life? Where are they from? I'm taking notes in the note section. So when I reach out to them, I can actually say, hey, how was your daughter? Last time we talked, she had surgery. She doing all right? You guys see what I'm saying there? Like, people respect that, right? Hey, I know, how's Florida right now? I know you just moved there from, New Hampshire. The weather's getting a little crazy this week. We watch the Weather Channel. Hope you're safe, right? Like, be aware, be alert, be attentive. Okay. Side note. But for Aaron, I've got him in here. He works for Man Solar in 6 different states. And I know how I met him because I put that's how I met him. So when I met him, I was in solar. So I would literally go to voice clip. I'd hit messenger. You can leave a voice clip. If you don't know how to leave an actual audio, just Google it. If you have an Android, how do I leave a voice clip? If I have an iPhone, whatever you're using, just ask Google the technical questions. And I will literally, and I just clicked on him. I haven't talked to him since May 16th of 2023. I just looked at our text. So a long time ago. And I'll go through before I send the message and look at our conversation. So it triggers and reminds me of what we talked about. But I would send him a clip and say, hey, Aaron, in fact, why don't I do it live for you right now? How's that sound? Should I just do it? Here we go. All right, so let's do this. What's up, Aaron? Hope you're doing well. Long time no talk. Not sure if you have me programmed in your phone or remember me, but this is DJ Barton. We met a couple of years ago on Facebook, actually, and I know you've been working with Man Solar and doing solar for a while. I would love to catch up with you, see what you're up to, connect, and see if we can add value to each other. If you're open to it, let me know. If you're too busy, I understand that as well, but let me know a couple days and times this week that work for you. I'd love to hear what you got going on. Hope you're doing well. 28 seconds. I just did it naturally. I didn't have my script here. My heart went up a little bit because I was in front of you guys, but that's literally what I do. Now, I would do that 9 more times today. And if I can reach out to 10 people, that took 30 seconds. So less than 5 minutes to reach 10 people a day. We all have 5 minutes. Come on, we have 5 minutes, right? Just don't do it when you're in the bathroom. 5 minutes, that's it. It echoes, it's not good, okay? There's no acoustic. So 5 minutes, that's it, all right? And then your goal is to get 2 meetings a day. How many meetings a day? 2 meetings a day. And here's the best part. Just do it 5 days a week. Take 2 weeks off or take 2 days off. If you did that, you're reaching out to 50 people a week, 200 a month. You're having 2 conversations a day. That's 10 a week, 40 a month. That's, if you did that 52 weeks, that's 520 conversations a year about your business. We all have a few minutes, guys. And by the way, when I get on the phone, 15 minutes max. I'm busy, you're busy. And here's the best part. I ask a lot of questions. I use an acronym called FORM. I'm going so basic right now. FORM is family, occupation, recreation, money, or motivation. And I have a guideline. Now I have it mentally rehearsed, but FORM, write it down. And you could literally have it on your screen. All right, DJ said FORM. So where are you from? Where you been? What's going on? How are you? How's the family? Right? Family, fun, all that stuff. What have you been up to? How's work going? And I'll say, how's solar business going? What are you still doing? Are you as busy as you used to be? Has it slowed down? What are some of the pitfalls? Why do I want to know the pitfalls? Because I want to know how I'm going to pitch them at the end of our conversation. What's working for you? What's not working for you? Right? And they're going to just talk and talk and talk. That's awesome. You doing anything fun these days? You've been traveling at all? No, I would love to. Okay, mental note, right? And I'm just building rapport for literally 10 minutes. And I'll say, hey, Aaron, I wanted to reach out to you because I remember last time we talked, I thought you were a stud. You're a mover, shaker, making things happen. I don't know if what I'm doing is even for you or not. That's not why I'm calling you. If it is, great. If not, no big deal. But ultimately, I am working on the biggest project of my life. That's a bold statement, guys. Write that down. I am working on the biggest project of my life. Manifest it, talk about it, speak about what you want into existence. This is how I train brand new people. I am working on the biggest project of my life. No kidding. What's that? Before I get into it, okay, will you watch the feed so I don't get ADD and look around? Sandy Toast. So I'm working on the biggest project in my life. And so I'm reaching out to you. First of all, do you know any? And I'm digging. And you guys will understand why I never get the question, is this one of those things? Is this one of those triangle things or square or circle rectangle things, a pyramid, right? Or network marketing, multi-level marketing? I don't get any of that crap because I don't talk that language. Language is everything. Very important, okay? And I'm going to go deep dive on this tomorrow for Shannon and everybody else. But here we go. I'm working on the biggest project of my life. I wanted to reach out to you. First and foremost, do you know any companies with employees? I've got a great program for employee benefits. Do you have anybody? Not come to mind. No big deal. Do you know anybody that runs charities, nonprofits, fundraisers, churches? I have the best product to help them raise money so they never have to get a no again. Like literally, that's the stuff I say. I am very bold with my words, okay? If you're not as bold as I am or confident or whatever, just borrow some of my confidence on this, okay? Please. Because here's the deal. When I first started doing this 27 years ago, I didn't have the confidence and the boldness to myself, but I borrowed my mentor's marks because he had the swagger, okay? I used his confidence because I knew he was going to be the presenter. I knew he was going to close my people. I knew he would handle the objections because remember the important M, the message and the ATM? That's where you bring in the leader. Back then, we didn't have ATM, okay? We piqued their interest, asked if they're open. I edified my mentor, got him in front of my mentor. My mentor did the presentation because we didn't have technology back then. That's how old I started, right? And then he closed them. So that's how I did it. It was like a peek and pass kind of deal. But a little bit different right here. So I'm walking me through. I'm working on the biggest project of my life. I'm reaching out to you because I need some connections. Who do you know that owns a company with employees? I want to chat with them. Okay. See, if you notice, I'm not even asking him yet, right? Second thing is, who do you know that runs fundraisers, churches, nonprofits, booster clubs, Rotary clubs, people that have to raise money and always constantly raise money? I need to talk to them. I've got a product that will help them dearly. Okay. Lastly, this is what I say. You can change this part up if you want. I'll give you a couple different variations. I say, lastly, I just moved back to Arizona. Do you know any players, anybody in Arizona that you can connect me with? We're expanding aggressively. Does anybody come to mind to anything I've asked you so far? And I'm asking, you got to close. Hey, does anybody come to mind? You can't just put it out there and say, well, thanks for the call. We'll talk later. No, it's like, hey, does anybody come to mind? Like I'm asking, right? And if they say yes or no, say no worries. By the way, we also have remote opportunities available outside of Arizona. So if you know anybody that'd like to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month part-time leveraging our systems, if we teach them how to do it, just let me know. So think about this for a minute. And by the way, when I'm on a 15-minute conversation, I let them talk 10 to 12 minutes. I'm the last 3. If I'm not training you right now and I'm just fluid, which tomorrow I'll be fluid, role play fluid kind of thing, I'm less than 3 minutes. Less is more. And then I'm using a tool, not being a fool. And I'm the owner. Like I can do a presentation, but I don't. I get them in front of the tool and I'll say, hey, what I'm going to give you some Jedi thing in a minute. But I use a tool all the time because remember, hey, if you decide to do this, I want you to know exactly the system so you don't have to do the presentations. I'm going to send you a tool that explains it. I even do it at that point. Okay. Just a little side note there. Now, if they say no, nobody comes to mind, or say, and I'll say, hey, I don't know if you'd be open, but do you know anybody in the Arizona market that'd like to make some extra money if we teach them how to do it? We are also growing remotely as well. So if you know people in other states, I can possibly work with them also. So if you notice, I'm hitting the business mind, the charity mind, the local person, also everybody else outside. Do you guys see how tactfully I did that strategically? All I'm doing is playing with words. And at the very end, if they say, you know what, nobody comes to mind, I'll say, you know what, Aaron, would you be open? Write this down. Would you be open? Because nobody wants to be pitched out of position. Like if you're in a happy relationship and your best friend tries to set you up, bad timing, right? Bad timing. Happy relationship, I've got this girl. No, don't work that way, right? Bad timing. So understand something. If you are open, I'll send you a quick 6.5 minute video that gives you a very, high level overview of what we do. So that might help give you a little memory jog on some some great referrals. Would you be okay if I sent it to you? Either way is fine. If you don't want to see it, I won't send it. But if I send it to you, would you watch it? So if you notice, I'm kind of closing a little bit. And here's the deal. Aaron might not be interested, but if he watches the 6.5 minute video, could he become interested? And I just got an exposure. So you want to have 2 of those meetings a day. That's it. Minimum 2. If you want to go faster, have 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. And that's all I do. I build rapport, I connect, and I say, hey, Aaron, by the way, if you need any connections, if I have the connection, I'll help you. Let me know. Reach out anytime. Now, if you had this conversation with me, would you be like, hang up the phone and be like, that damn DJ, every time I talk to him, he's just trying to pitch me something? Damn it, I'm going to delete his number and block his ass. No, I don't think anybody got that. Did you? So I just want you guys to understand, be a human. I'm a real person. I have real conversations every day. And we're building the pipeline. Not everybody signs up for me on the first time, the second try, the third try. I've had people years of following up where people are like, all right, I'm ready. I'm tapping out, you win, right? Like it's just the way it is. Like you just got to be persistent, stay consistent. I have a friend of mine on here. I'm not going to point the individual out. They're not even in yet. And I had him come on here to see the system before he signed up. Now he knows the system before he makes the decision. They're on here right now. Okay. We worked in a previous company together. Now he sees it all. And guess what? I've been showing him for months. I've been dripping him on 2-day follow-up, 4-day follow-up, 15-day follow-up, 30, 60, 90 follow-up. And now I use this as a follow-up. Like I'm just thinking outside the box. You guys get it? Okay. That's our system. So I would challenge you to start with your network. Now you might think, oh, my friends and family, they're burnt market. I pitched them everything under the sun since I've got into 28,000 network marketing companies and they never worked and I don't have a network. Good, do it anyways, because you're not asking them, hey, I'm working on the biggest project of my life. I got a question for you. Do you know any big business owners that have employees? I got a huge employee benefit program. Huge, right? Second thing, do you know anybody that runs or are part of churches? How many of you, with a show of hand, are a part of a church on here? Anybody on here? Okay, the ones that have a camera, 70% of the hands went up. So 70% of you are a part of a church. You should be getting me on the phone with the pastor. Okay, understand something. Who do you know that goes to church or a part of a church? Fundraising, nonprofits, charities, booster clubs. Like I'm just literally getting their mind to jog. I'm the running shoes for these people. You guys get it? And then I'll say lastly, I'm in charge of expansion heavily in the Arizona market. We are growing, around the world. So we do have some remote, opportunities. But do you know anybody that would love to make some extra money in times like now with inflation the way it is? Like I'm telling them, inflation sucks. It's a real thing. Do you know anybody that'd like to make an extra $500,000 a month part-time if we teach them how to do it? If you're leading with the product, do you know anybody that love to travel, but they constantly have to say no because they don't have any money? And if they had the money, they'd probably go, right? Like, do you know anybody that likes to travel? Have fun, make money? Like, is there anybody on here that likes to travel, have fun, or make money? You guys get it? So that, I know we got some people have a different training to jet to because they're a part of the travel agent program. But real quickly, does anybody have any questions? And so while you're thinking of a question, if you have one, is I would literally start with your phone. And then I would start talking to your connections on social media. Yes, over time, we'll teach you how to be Jedi and post and take the likes, shares, and comments and all the different trickery that we've got out there and all the advanced stuff. But when you're launching a brand new person or you're brand new, start with the basics. People in your phone know you, like you, right? Maybe they trust you, maybe they don't, I don't know. But my point is they know who you are. And if you put your prospector hat on, where you're connecting, reconnecting, finding out what they're doing, offering, hey, if I can be a referral source or open a door, don't hesitate to reach out. And then at the end, you pop the question and let them know what you're looking for. Who do you know? And I'm telling you, you do 10 of those a day, 10 reach outs a day, it takes less than 5 minutes, have 2 of these conversations a day. I guarantee you, but at the end, when you say, oh, by the way, would you be open if I sent you a quick video, explains what we do, so that way if you do come across anybody, now you know what I do. If they say no, don't send it. If they say yes, send it and follow up, put them in your follow-up sequence. But all of us have people on our phone. I'll end with this. I did this the other day. It's very powerful, okay? But we've all heard the 6 degrees of separation, have we not? Okay. So on my LinkedIn account, I have 5,000 people on level 1 personally connected to me. But you know how many people are connected to those 5,000 people, which is my level 2? Over 1 million. And you know who's connected to my level 2, which is my level 3, their level 2? Over 1 billion people. There's enough people to talk to. So if somebody says no, don't worry about it. Just go to the next. The other person, the other thing I want to share with you is this. I asked this morning how many people you have in your cell phone. The average was about 500. So if you have 500 people in your phone, and those 500 people have 500 people, that's 250,000 people 2 levels away from you. You guys ready for this? At those 250,000 have 500 people on their phone. That's 125 million people, 3 degrees of separation from you. And that's only 500. I have 4,000 people on my phone. Sandy Toes had over 2,000. I'm just taking an average of 500 people, guys. 3 degrees of separation is 125 million people within 3 degrees of separation just in your phone. So that's why I don't care if I sign up any of the 4,000 people in my phone, because I'm informing them, making them aware, letting them know what I do, asking if they know anybody or if they're open. And I'm just collecting decisions. I took the rejection bone out of my body because I don't care. It's yes or no. I got to go. That's it. And if you take the emotion out of it, where the ride you'll get off the emotional roller coaster. You're gonna have good days, bad days. Just be here a year from now. That's all I ask. Do exactly what I said for 12 months. Reach out to 10 people 5 days a week. Have 2 meaningful presentations a day. Do it for 52 weeks. You'll have over 100. 520 people look at your business. You'll sign up 20% of them. Got over 100 people out of the 100. 1 to 5 of them will go be a builder with you, and you duplicate that every year. 3 years from now, you look up, you're in one of the pools making you as much money as you desire. So I appreciate your time. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Sandy Toes, anything you want to add before we call it a night?
No, we're
Awesome.
good.
Did you guys get some value, the simplicity? You guys know where all the tools are, all the resources. Don't get overwhelmed. Just kind of go play around with the boards, app the shot, all the stuff. But now you know where everything's at. We're getting everything very, very, very dialed in. So a lot of good stuff happening, guys. So I appreciate all you guys. Hopefully that helped. If you need anything, get on my calendar. Get on Sandy Toes, get on your leaders. Whatever. We're here to support you guys. Jake runs the company. I shouldn't say that. He runs the back end of the company. Right. And I'm creating all the systems, working in the field, working with you, building my own team, helping you build your team, helping with leadership development. So anything you need when it comes to business building, I'm your guy. Any technical corporate questions, blow up Jake's phone. All right. Other than that, have a great day. He's on a cruise, so he'll never see this video anyways.